Madison Creek, currently working on some harvesting. As I mentioned there at the end of last episode, I thought we'd do a little harvesting here this episode. I was planning on doing field work, but decided let's do some harvesting, at least for starters here, everyone. We need to test out, see if Courseplay will unload us or not while we're driving the combine. So we're going to see what happens here. If that works, I might just throw a hired worker or maybe even Courseplay or something on this here. And we'll get this field wrapped up here. Should be able to wrap it up here this episode. There's not a whole lot left to harvest here. We got the International still working on the field over there. Just got him fired up here a minute ago along with the Chevy truck there. Reminder again, by the way, for those Chevy trucks. Yes, I know they're terrible. But you can find those on the my mod list there. Mod list is linked down below in the description there. Just look under the truck section. You can find both the grain truck and the mixer truck down there. Anyway, I am currently driving the John Deere 9600 combine here. Purchased this combine last episode, in case you didn't see that. Along with a John Deere, this is a 930, no, 6, this is a 630. John Deere 630 head. So 30-foot head here. Oh, we missed it. Oh. Hard to get good help nowadays. So we are nearly full. Haven't seen Courseplay come to unload us here yet. The rumor has it, everyone, that that issue has been fixed with Courseplay, and Courseplay will now unload you. Supposedly. I haven't seen Courseplay move yet. Courseplay is sitting over there. Courseplay is driving. Supposed to be, right? Also, I forgot to tell it to drive course. That is always potentially distinctly possible. Pretty sure I told him to drive the course, though. Oh, look at that silage at silo there. I'm 493,000 liters in it. Oh, it's nearly full. Nearly full. Barely enough space to finish chopping that field there last episode. But hey, it is finished. Speaking of being finished, we are almost full here. We finished ourselves if Courseplay doesn't come unload us, which is not looking real promising here at this point, I might add. Not so much for that rumor about Courseplay working being true. Should have known right away when someone said, you know, Courseplay works, that was a rumor, not to listen to it. Wow, 335 bushels in that tank. That's a pretty good sized tank on this combine. Okay, yeah, no, he is being driven by Courseplay. And I do have the John Deere 9600 selected. Do I gotta, like, request the driver? I didn't think you had to do that, but we can at least try that. Driver requested. Guess what? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Well, how do you like that, everyone? Yeah, using version 6.03.0017 of the developer version here, by the way. I'm not sure if that's been updated here recently or not, but, it would appear, everyone, that this is not working, which is kind of a shame. I was rather hoping it would work, because, as I mentioned before, everyone, rather enjoy harvesting. Harvesting, one of my more favorite activities in the game. And unfortunately, yeah, Courseplay's not going to unload you if you do the harvesting yourself. Which seems kind of silly to me, everyone. Watch as soon as we pull up here, he'll go, like, drive off to unload the other combine or something. Well, with that being said, Evan, I guess maybe instead of a harvesting here, well, oh, should we do a little bit more? We might do a little more harvesting here. Probably should get on some field work here. We got plenty of field work that needs to be done. Speaking of field work, let's just check the status of our fields here, see what's what we need to get done. So, field 55 is going to need to be limed. Field 61 is going to need to be plowed. 53 and 54 are good. Don't need nothing. Okay, is he full? No, he just took off and is going to go unload that combine. plant that next time. Well, no, maybe not. Gonna run that combine over. Looks like what he's gonna do. Nah, he's definitely not full. I can see that. He's 93% full. Come back here, you. Now, he's taking off, isn't he? He's gonna go unload. How do you like that? Doesn't even wait till this combine is empty. Ay, ay, ay. Courseplay. What is wrong with you? I'm not entirely sure why he's going that way. Is that where I created that course? Oh, you know what? Maybe it is. That might be where that course actually starts at, because I probably started it on the original field boundaries here. So that's probably what that course is from. So that actually starts there. That's where the field was at one point before I made this field larger. And we'll do a little more harvesting ourselves here, and then, like I said, we'll get onto the field work here. It won't take too much, I don't think. Question is, should we bail? Nah, we'll skip bailing this field this time, probably around. We're sitting pretty good money-wise here at this point. Okay, I know one of these buttons puts the pipe oil. We'll just, there we go. Keyboard works, yeah. Unfortunately, this combine only goes bloody 3 mile an hour up the hill, but oh well, it's still going yet at least. Okay, we'll read some comments here in a moment. Jasper was saying, thank you for adding a Massey Ferguson. Jim was saying, great videos always. Keep up the great work. Looks like finding an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 graphics card for sale in the US is like finding a needle in a haystack. Actually, I think finding the needle in the haystack would probably be easier. But anyway, apparently NVIDIA can't seem to keep up with the demand for this graphics card anywhere, because all the stores seem to be sold out of them. More of these cards will become available by spring. He's been playing on the Marksville, Wisconsin map by MRG. That is the map that has definitely come up in the suggestions for the next map to play on, by the way. Has been the Marksville, Wisconsin map. Was also probably planning on it. If we're going to do that map, we'll probably play it with the precision farming, I was thinking. We'll have to see once here. Though, as I mentioned on the multiplayer server, I'm going to become a little questionable on the precision farming DLC there, just because we had some issues with it, but... Oh, yes, and Jim did note one thing. Only the beta version is currently available for that map. So that might be one downside to that map at this point. Combine is full. Well, the other combine's full anyway. Yes, speaking of Jim's comment here on the RTX 3000 series graphics cards, not just the 3080s, but 3000 series graphics cards in general cannot be found anywhere. Even the more expensive 3090 or the less expensive 3070, 3060 Ti. Yeah, basically you cannot get your hands on any of those cards at this point, which is kind of a shame, but... combination of probably high demand and low volume, I'm guessing, maybe? Not really sure, but... yes, unfortunately, rather impossible to get your hands on those cards at the moment. Fortunately, though, as I mentioned, I am sporting a RTX 3080 at this point. Managed to get my hands on one. Did it a slightly different way, shall we say, but got one. Looks like we're running nearly 60 FPS at the moment, so that's pretty good. Happy with that. Again, this game probably is definitely not the best game to, check out an RTX 3080 with, but anyway, it works. Oh go back up the hill. Back up the hill. Yes, we're definitely finishing this field off pretty quickly, aren't we? I think we'll maybe get back up to the top of the still one, and then we're gonna wrap it up here. Well, as far as harvesting, then we'll get on to some field work. Joe was saying you should check out the Flint Hills map. That is the other map that has come up in the comments here quite a few times. Flint Hills. Magnus was saying there's a John Deere 7520 on the Expendables Facebook page, I think. Try it out, maybe. Great video as always. I actually already have a John Deere 7520 in my mods. Actually, the one I did some work to. Jeffrey was saying that 12-row John Deere planter has been out since the beginning of Farming Simulator 19. By the way, if you hire a worker on that planter, it will try to turn around in reverse. There's a line near the bottom of the XML, something about reversing with a hired worker. Change it from true to false. Probably also means that like the reversing nodes and stuff like that inside the planter are also probably not set up properly. So Jeffrey's way of fixing it is probably the easy way. Just don't allow a hired worker to reverse with it. The other option is probably to actually fix it, like correctly and actually set the nodes properly so the hired worker actually knows how to reverse it. And that'd probably be the more proper way of doing it. Brian was also saying he'd like to see a map by MRG mapping, please. Eric was saying you got 78,000 and still no purchase of GPS. Actually, we got 347,000 now. Okay, like I said, I think we're going to call that good here for the moment. We're just going to take this combine back. Why is the truck not unloaded? He's just going to sit there. I was going to take this back and unload it at the farm, but seeing as how he's just sitting here. A little too close here. Oh, that worked. Watch him take off as soon as we're like half empty or something like that. Now the question is, I don't know, why is he just sitting there? He's been well, he has been trying to unload the other combine. He doesn't necessarily line up perfectly every time, but why now this time is he like just not gonna unload? I'm telling you folks, Courseplay is just, yeah. Every time I think Courseplay maybe has it fixed, and then it's like, nope, rug gets pulled out from under you. Courseplay definitely doesn't have anything fixed, do they? I wonder if that was the problem. Let's use a sign of that combine now. Yep, apparently that was the problem. Okay then. Because the John Deere combine was on the list as selected, yet it would not actually unload us for some reason. It was gumming up the whole works. How do you like that? Okay, noted. Wow, a lot of weeds in that field. Boy. Nope, apparently the steering wheel does not make my driving any better. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? LOL Leaf was saying it's a real shame you can't get that chopper to work with Courseplay. The mod author even went as far as animating the kernel processor when the corn head is on. And when you have the grass head on, the KP doesn't spin. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Like I said, mod author of that chopper definitely did a nice job with all the animations on it. Extra work could use probably a little work on it, but the rest of the mod looks really nice as far as the animations go. Okay, where are we going to park this combine? We definitely do not have a shed for this combine, do we? You know what? But we stick it back behind here. Put it in the shed without the head on, probably, but Nope, I don't think these doors are going to be big enough, are they? Tall enough, anyway. Not with this hopper extension. Oh, if I didn't have that hopper extension on it, they probably would be. Oh well. We'll just, we'll leave it there anyway. Perfect place to forget where it is. Oh boy, C70 is slipping. Why is he slipping? Oh. Really? Really, Courseplay? What are you trying to do? I don't know either. Probably don't want to know. Okay, let's check and see how much manure we got. 218,000 liters of manure, 194,000 liters of slurry. Well, I think we can safely say we could probably use some of that for the fields here then. Let's maybe get some hired workers and or Courseplay fired up on that job. Oh, let's see what's here. What tractor can I put on that job here? I want a Massey Ferguson 1155, which appears to be missing some textures on it. The reason I say it's missing textures on it is I don't think the bottom half of this is supposed to be that color. I'll try. Oh, just gotta go over this side, open it. Yep. Okay. Picky game. Can't open it from the hinged side. Can you believe that? Haven't set up any sort of Courseplay or anything like that for the manure spreader. Might, let's see what's here. We might have time. Give that a try this episode here. Everyone, set up a course for the manure spreader. As long as that belt auger... like an auger. We're going to say that's an auger type thing, majigger. Doesn't move. It should work. That auger thing moves, however, then we're kind of done. Otherwise, your load point might change in Courseplay. Yeah, probably not going to recognize all that good stuff, right? So, we're going to get him going on field 53 here. 61, I'm sorry, needs to be plowed. Let's see. Do I have a Courseplay course for this already? So field 53. But you're not. I got 3.1 chopping courses or corn harvest. No, that's actually not chopping. That's regular harvesting, isn't it? Just trash can one of those. 1.5 meter chop. Yeah, we don't have that anymore either. Get rid of that. Also don't have that anymore either, so we can get rid of that one. Sold the tow behind chopper there last episode, so... yeah. Oh, and that international is running to you. Oh my. Not realize this. You off the field here. Okay, Courseplay. Oh, auto drive? Oh. Is interesting. I wonder what this does. Could be interesting. No idea. Anyway, let's get course generation going here. Field 53. Let's do, I don't know, 4 headlands. Sure. And we'll just go ahead and save that here as well. Field 50. 9.8 meter slurry. And then we'll load up the refill course with this. So down at the bottom, slurry refill for 53, 54, and 55. Remember, everyone, I made the course so it kind of goes right to this corner over here. Probably not the most efficient for all 3 fields, but it works for all 3 fields. So one course covers all 3 fields. Kind of nice that way. I should have filled this up before I came over here. Oh well, of course I can do that. Okay, and off we go with the slurry there. This tractor turn around here and head back to the farm. Reminder, by the way, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up there. Always very much appreciated. And of course, if you're not subscribed, make sure you do that as well. And if you'd like to join us multiplayer on this map, again, join us in on the RDAllen multiplayer servers there. This map is currently up on server 3. Playing Medicine Creek. We are playing in hard mode. We are also playing with the Precision Farming DLC. We are not playing with the Seasons mod, by the way. So just Precision Farming, and we are playing it on hard. And let's just say, everyone, if you're in for a challenge, I definitely highly suggest you check out this map. Plus, everyone, if you've never played multiplayer before, you definitely should check it out. Playing multiplayer farming simulator is a lot of fun. Great way to start off the new year, if you ask me. Especially if you have the game. Like I said, you're really missing out if you have not tried multiplayer in this game. It is a lot of fun. The only thing that's maybe arguably lacking in multiplayer, everyone, is the selection of mods. Because again, just filling up a server full of mods is not what I would say practical. Everyone would have to download all the mods, and not to mention too, the quality of the mods would definitely come more into question there as well. You know what? Different idea. I'm gonna pull that with big tractor there. I was gonna pull with international here, but let's use the big tractor. Why not, right? Yes, I need to add a refill to you, don't I? Forgot about that. So we need to go, is it this one? Yep, add fill type, manure. Oh, sorry, in this case, right? Okay. Oh, perfect. There's the tractor right there. Okay, into field 61 we go. I believe this is the only field that needs to be plowed. Got our John Deere chisel plow here again, and forget what numbers that is, but gets the job done. And while we have Courseplay open, we can close that. We'll see how long this tractor remains a John Deere tractor here. And before it turns into some sort of brown, rubbish-looking thing. Still don't quite understand the mod authors' fascination with that. And I say mod authors, everyone, because there seems to be a lot of mod authors that like to do that. Or mod creators, mod editors. Yeah, creators, editors, whatever you want to call them. A little bit of dirt on a mod looks good. A lot of bit of dirt, not so good. Oh, yeah, nothing like seeing the big old John Deere out in the field like this, huh? Don't see too many of these tractors around anymore, at least not where I live, anyway. There was one farmer down the road that had one, although I can't say I've seen that even the last couple of years that I recall. Might still have it yet. I just haven't recalled seeing it here the last couple of years, so might have finally retired it, maybe. The old sound guard cab there mounted on an articulated tractor. Let's see what's here. Anyway, back to the comments here. Just Stoffel Wolf saying you should check out Bucks County. I do believe that one has come up in the comments here a couple of times as well. Yeah, Bucks County, Flint Hills, and then, of course, the Marksville, Wisconsin map there by MRG. That's the only issue with that map is it kind of sort of hasn't been released yet. Won't mind playing on, the released version. But hey, we could always check out the beta as well. And once we're maybe into it, then he updates the map, we can go with that too. Thomas was asking, how do you open the menu that you did when you were checking the chopper was working correctly? I'm assuming the menu he was referring to is the air log or the log, developer log, whatever you want to call it here, which is open with the tilde key on your keyboard. Again, that is the tilde key. And in order for that to even open up in the first place, you do have to have developer mode turned on, which I've said many, many times before. When you should really have that turned on if you're using mods, especially Courseplay. Although, maybe it's not quite as important anymore, but now that Courseplay seems to have the ability to do some error checking, and it doesn't necessarily crash the game as much anymore. So if it does get to a point where it's going to crash the game, Courseplay will actually stop itself. That is actually kind of nice. It's a nice, fairly new feature there to Courseplay. So again, rather than crashing the game, the newer versions of Courseplay will literally shut themselves down before that happens, which is kind of nice. Otherwise, in the past, when you always had to, if Courseplay did cause your game to crash, you could go into the developer log here and run the stop Courseplay command, and that would stop Courseplay. That was your way of, still being able to recover the game without having to force close or anything like that, right? But yeah, what I always used to say is you should really have that turned on, so when you are using Courseplay and when your game crashes, you can hopefully recover it and hopefully save it. And again, have not had that issue happen here as late. Seems like things have been pretty stable, so that's pretty good. And again, Courseplay's up to its usual nonsense, but at least it's not crashing the game, right? Something tells me here Giants has readjusted my dead zone on my steering wheel. I haven't complained about that at all in the past, have I, everyone? I haven't said anything about Giants there thinking they know what's best for a dead zone on the steering wheel, have I? Again, I've got the Farming Simulator steering wheel. Or technically, it's the Logitech Heavy Equipment wheel. I always call it the Farming Simulator wheel. It was designed for this game, right? So, it's the Farming Simulator wheel. And yes, Giants seems to like the 14% dead zone, even though I set it multiple times. It seems to keep getting reset. I wonder if I make that file read only. Evil thoughts. Wonder if that would work. I forget what file it is again, but you have to go in and set it so Farming Simulator Giants engine cannot change or edit the file, make it a read only. Wonder if that would work. Take that, Giants. Your stupidity. Oh yeah, that's definitely got way too high of a dead zone. And at least in this case, you gotta crank the wheel almost 90 degrees before it does anything. And then when it does anything, it does almost a little too much, right? Again, when this wheel has 900, I think it's 900 degrees of rotation. So it basically can rotate around almost 3 times. Plus or minus 450 degrees, right? When you take 14% off, and actually, I'm not sure if that's 14% total or if that's 14% plus or minus, so a total of technically 28%. Actually, probably would make sense, wouldn't it? Because I'm almost turning at 90 degrees before it starts turning. I'm essentially losing 180 degrees of rotation. 180 degrees of rotation. 180 degrees of rotation is not 28% at 900, that's for sure. Might be 14%. Probably 14%, so it's plus or minus 7 maybe? Not sure. Not sure how that works. All I know, everyone, is if you have a wheel, a farming simulator wheel anyway, do yourself a favor, turn the dead zone down. I'm pretty sure it's axis number 5, if I remember correctly. Axis number 5 is the dead zone for the steering. Turn it down to like 0. Depending on which wheel you have, you might actually want to turn it up a little bit, but at least in my opinion, everyone, when it comes to the farming simulator wheel, 0% is the best. Anyway, speaking of 0%, everyone, we have 0% time left here for this episode. So on that note, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.